So the stock market is currently setting up for a strong bullish closing trend week. I'm going to explain to you step by step how to prepare to trade the best setups at the best prices heading into tomorrow. I'm going to explain to you the key levels of interest that we're planning to trade at, where to be going long, buy and call options, where to be going short, buy and put options. Let's get straight into the updated price action analysis. So in terms of the overall weekly chart pattern, we are still setting up for a bullish closing trend week. In terms of the daily chart, pattern foundation here, this daily candlestick pattern right here, we have the green, red, green. We have the higher support. This green daily candlestick right here is considered extremely bullish, where the SPY can potentially have a strong bullish closing trend day heading into tomorrow. However, based off the 10-day, 30-minute chart, I am seeing one pattern that can contradict that in a sense. So there could be potentially one opportunity to buy put options at key resistance as long as the red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations are forming. So in terms of the overall game plan, this is what I want you to be aware of, right? In terms of the market, we could potentially have a strong bullish closing trend day. In terms of the first trading opportunity, it could be on put options if the SPY opens up with a strong gap up above the 555 level, right? Now that we're pushing above the 555 level, the next level we go to is towards 561 like I told you, and then the next level above that is the gap that is waiting to fill above right here towards the 564.30 level. Next level above that is going to be the 567 to 570 range. Now, this is what I want you to understand. In terms of the daily chart pattern foundation, it is currently setting up for a potential strong bullish closing trend day similar to, today's price action. But in terms of the 10-day, 30-minute chart pattern, there could be one opportunity for put options earlier into the day to the middle of the day, as long as the SPY is having a big gap up. If we're having a big gap up, there could be an opportunity for puts. So in terms of the first trade idea, we're going to start off with puts since the market is having this big gap up. In terms of what the 10-day, 30-minute pattern looks like in my eyes, I'm going to walk you through this, man. So in terms of the 10-day, 30-minute pattern, what I'm doing is I'm comparing the overall, 30-minute chart right here on April 22nd up until April 23rd. If you look at the similarities, this is what caught my eye right here. In terms of the SPY, you see how it had this strong spike during the extended hours trading session, right? And then you see how it had this, just small, massive spike into the close, into the extended hours trading session, right? So one thing that I'm going to be looking for is something like this. If the SPY heading into tomorrow is forming resistance earlier into the morning, and again, this is only mainly relevant in terms of this trade idea that I'm presenting to you. If the SPY opens up with a big gap up above the previous closing price, 554.54, right? So what you're going to be looking for is, resistance. If the SPY is maintaining at a certain resistance level, forming wicks to the downside, trend reversal candlesticks, wicks to the downside, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, say for like an hour or plus at a certain key resistance level, going to be interested in doing put options, riding it back down, and then once the 30-minute chart starts to flip green, you should be profit stopped out in between that, in that particular situation, right? So that's the first potential outcome. The first potential outcome is if we continue to gap up and push higher during the pre-market, we're going to be looking for some sort of resistance level, right? So again, in terms of this trade idea, it's not more about the level, it's more about the confirmations. The confirmation is going to be more important than the overall level. So you're simply looking for resistance for like 1 hour plus, 30-minute candlesticks facing to the downside, red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. You can literally just go back throughout the 30-minute chart history and just study, how the 30-minute chart has reacted when the SPY has had massive sell-offs. Just study the history when the SPY is at some key sort of resistance, when the SPY is topping, has a big move to the downside. Just study what the 30-minute chart looked like. Look at the 30-minute chart patterns. Look at the bearish patterns, red, green, red, wicks facing to the downside. Look for the patterns that signaled overall crashes and reversals, right? Now, in terms of some potential levels, for put options, and again, this isn't as relevant. What is relevant is the confirmations at market open on a big gap up. That's what's going to be relevant. But in terms of like some key resistance levels, like I said, we're at 561 right now. The next level above that is going to be 564. So we do have a gap that is waiting to fill above. And this is another interesting, another interesting thing I want to capture right here. You can see right here, there was a gap that was waiting to fill at 567. Once the SPY gapped down, and then a couple days later, it filled the gap and it had a big reversal and it started to flip bearish, right? So the point being is we have this new gap that is slightly lower at 564. So that would be considered one of the best levels to be buying put options at 564 using the gap close reversal trading strategy, using the 30-minute pattern that I'm seeing. But again, the confirmations have to be there. In terms of this overall trade idea, it's going to be confirmation focused, not level focused. But there is a level in sight with a strategy. Gap close reversal at 564, and the SPY recently reversed at a higher gap right here, and it's extremely overbought at that particular level, right? It's just you got to be careful because we could potentially have a strong bullish closing trend day. That's why I'm saying this idea is mainly in the morning to middle of the day. So in terms of like time brackets, like 9:30 a.m. to I would say like 11:30 a.m. early. And if you're seeing resistance, you're seeing the bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, you're going to want to try puts. It's more of confirmation, not level focused in terms of levels, in terms of a ladder of like resistance, 561, 564, 567, 570. Again, it's more time focused, right? More time sensitive, more time bracketed in between that 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And, it's more confirmation. You're going to need more of a confirmation on that overall trade idea. And ideally, we're looking for the SPY to uptrending in that particular sense, right? So that's the first overall trade idea. Now, this will be the best opportunity and the best play for call options. I'm going to walk you through this. So you can say in a sense that this pattern looks very similar right here. I'm going to walk you through this, right? You see how the SPY is having a strong uptrend. You see how the SPY is having a strong uptrend. And then we're curling up to the right side. Then we're curling up to the right side, right? You see those particular similarities, right? So with that being said, this is another pattern that can play out. If we're selling off into the morning, we're starting to already crash into the morning, right? So, in a sense, if you're seeing bearish confirmations in the extended hours and a lot of resistance, you could try that trade idea on puts if we're towards some key resistance, in the pre-market, right? Trading futures. But anyways, man, this is what I want to bring awareness to. If we are having this move up, this sideways trend up, and then in the pre-market, if we're starting to sell off, so if we're not starting to continue to spike and we're just starting to like sell off, what would be the best levels for call options, right? Because I told you, tomorrow can be a strong bullish trend day. And since we're gapping up, I am telling you, the easiest way to have a successful bullish trend day on this overall gap up and the most comfortable way, and what I would recommend, especially for beginners who are trading the SPY, would be a massive move to the downside and buy calls for the reversal. If we're having a big gap up, it's going to be extremely difficult to play calls, in a sense, trying to buy at overbought levels. The best trade idea and the most likely outcome would likely be a pullback first. But in terms of buying calls, this is going to be the easiest money trading idea if it plays out, right? So what you're looking for is, I gave you the trade idea for puts. Now this is the inverse. So the trade idea for calls is if we're starting to sell off during extended hours, if we're starting to sell off, during normal trading hours, you're going to want to be looking for calls at the oversold levels. And this would be the most recommended way to play calls, and the easiest way to make money playing calls, buying at the oversold levels. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but again, if you see it selling off, right, and I gave you the idea for puts, right, calls, it's going to be extremely difficult and not recommended to try calls at the overbought levels heading tomorrow. But in terms of calls, this would be the number one recommendation in terms of the patterns in curriculum, right? So you have to capture these trade ideas in real time. If the market does not present itself the way I'm showing you these trade ideas, then in a sense, you're not really taking a trade idea, right? It's not going to show up all the time. But if it shows up and you capture in real time, it's going to work vast majority of the time, right? And if it's not showing up, then you could just sit on the sidelines, or you could try to use your experience, your self-sufficiency, everything it is I'm teaching you. You could just trade the levels as the price ladders. You can also use all of the information that I'm providing to you to your advantage, right? But I'm really just trying to point you into the right direction, to literally show you the mirror for the market, that the most likely easiest outcome, the overall reflection to look for within this overall trade idea. So like I said, if we're selling off in the pre-market, right, coming back down, or during normal trading hours, we're starting to drop, calls it oversold levels. So what would be considered the best levels? So in terms of this situation with this pattern, the best level was slightly under the previous closing price, right? And it ended up being like 2 points under the previous closing price, right? And the SPY is extremely volatile now. And this was expected. If you watched the video, it made it very, very clear if you've been, following along throughout the channel's analysis that, if you studied the history of the overall content in my analysis, I made it very clear that the SPY was going to be on pace to fill that gap at 564, which is finally occurring. And I made it very clear the big move is going to start to happen once you're seeing the SPY break above 550. And, once the SPY started to finally break above the 550 and not fake out and just form resistance below 549, that's when it started to really start to fill that gap that was waiting to fill above, right? So, look, man, if we're selling off, look for calls at the break and retest levels. So what are considered the best levels? Well, in terms of that, what I just explained to you, 2 points below the previous closing price. So 554.54, 552.54. So this is going to be considered the best level for call options if we can hit tomorrow. And this would be considered an auto buy level. Yes, an auto buy level for call options. An auto buy level means you just get in without confirmation because it's already confirmed in a sense, and it's an alignment with the most likely outcome where it's likely going to occur. So look at this, man. You have this extended hour support right here. You have this resistance here, You have this massive breakout, this massive gap up. You have that 10-day, 30-minute chart pattern that I just showed you, where if the SPY starts to sell back off, it's going to try to spike. And the daily chart pattern is also saying that the SPY is going to try to have this bullish potential trend day. It's just one of the issues with that is we're having this big gap up where it's just not going to be as ideal to try to, chase calls at these overbought levels. That's why I would prefer for the market to drop first, which could present itself an opportunity for puts with the most likely outcome of potentially dropping first, during the pre-market trading session or during the normal trading hour session, and then looking for the calls at the break and retest. So in terms of the break and retest would be towards the previous closing price. 554.54. This is major resistance. This is the break. We need to retest, and we need to retest towards this extended hours support. You see, the SPY had this break above this extended hours resistance. Look at this massive move. When it reacts as a resistance, massive sell-off. When it breaks, comes back down, forms support, starts to have a massive spike, right? So once we drop back down to this break and retest level, it's going to try to react to support. SPY already had this massive breakout, drops back down, react to support. Most likely outcome with the daily chart pattern says bullish trend day. Most likely outcome with the 10-day, 30-minute chart pattern says there's going to be oversold dip buying opportunities if the market sells off in the pre-market session and during the normal trading hour session. And in terms of strategies, not only do we have the break and retest, but we have the gap close reversal. There's going to be a gap that is waiting to fill below at 554.54. And in terms of the overall measured move with the 10-day, 30-minute chart pattern, the absolute best auto buy level would be 2 points below the previous closing price, man. So I'm explaining to you the curriculum. I would really encourage you to use this game plan because I am telling you it is going to print at the speed of light, man. This is coming from a place where, in terms of, I'm telling you, the conscientiousness, the awareness, the trading opportunity, the trade ideas, as long as the market is presenting itself this way, these trade ideas are going to unfold to an exact T. Make sure you are using the 30-minute candlestick confirmations that I've been teaching you, along with giving you market recaps and recapping the trades that we make when we do end up using the 10-day, 30-minute chart as confirmations, right? So those are the best game plans, man. Use those game plans. You're going to be printing at the speed of light. And if the market is dropping off towards that oversold zone for calls towards, the gap, 555, break and retest, or towards 552, right? And you're seeing the bullish 30-minute candles confirmations on those particular trades, what I would encourage you to do is I would encourage you to leave runners throughout the day, be patient and hold, because in that particular situation, the stock market is likely going to have a strong bullish close. And the most easiest way to play a bullish close in terms of the situation that we're at, since we're having such a massive gap up and approaching overbought levels, where there are patterns that are saying the most likely outcome could be a potential drop first during the pre-market or market open session, right? In that particular situation, you need to be interested in buying those calls at the oversold levels. It's just the most easiest likely outcome, right? So in terms of the overall price ladder that I'm going to give you, and you can use the information to your advantage along with the most likely outcomes and the confirmations. But in terms of, in terms of the price ladder, and what you need to understand about the price ladder is, if one of the levels reacts bullish, the SPY goes up to the next level. If one of the levels reacts bearish, the SPY goes down to the next level. So in terms of the ladder, 552 is a measured move level with a 10-day, 30-minute chart pattern, also considered a break and retest with this resistance right here. So 552, auto buying calls at 552. 554 is another break and retest level, along with a gap close reversal level, along with the 10-day, 30-minute chart pattern, where if the SPY starts to sell off during market open, during pre-market and market open, it's going to have that reversal, right? So calls 554. What's the next level above 554? Next level above 554, and again, you're going to see when I'm just naming levels, they're not considered like special levels where there's a particular pattern or there's a particular strategy, right? So in that particular situation, if you choose to trade those levels, it's more of price action. It's more of intuition. If your intuition is speaking to you at one of those levels, if there's confirmations there, then you could take action in that particular situation. So 558 is the next level. The next level above that is going to be 561. The next level above that is going to be 564. The next level above that is going to, 564, that is considered a gap close reversal level. So that's a particular strategy. Gap close reversal, breakdown and retest, likely going to have a reversal based off chart history as well, extremely overbought towards that level. Most likely outcome towards that zone is to drop first. Next level above that is going to be 567. Next level above that is going to be 570. Next level above that is going to be 573 overall range. That is the game plan. So what I want you to do is I want you to use this game plan to your advantage. Use the trade ideas. If the market is showing you the mirror to these trade ideas, if the market is reflecting, in an alignment with the trade ideas that I'm presenting to you, with the information that I'm providing to you, then capture the trade idea in real time. Take action, become self-sufficient, learn and grow, man. I'm telling you, you got to have the right trade ideas, but the market's got to mirror it, and you got to be in alignment with that. So it's the first link down below. Within the description, if you would like to join our secured private organization, you gain access to Team Raw. You gain access to our real-time zero-day option trade alert system if you would like to trade alongside with us, man. But I'm telling you, use this game plan. You're going to print at the speed of light, and you let us know how you did. You let us know, man, how you ended up trading using the overall game plan, right? So again, if the trade ideas are not there, it's more of just levels and price action, your experience, intuition with the confirmations that I teach you. But in terms of this overall video, it's going to be a lot easier to trade. And in terms of, a strong overall purpose of the video, is the trade ideas, right? And the market is not always going to give us the trade ideas presented in the video. But if you see the mirror, if you see the alignment, if you see the market is looking exactly like what it is that I'm showing you, the patterns, the levels, everything's playing out to a T, then take advantage of it. Sometimes it's not going to look like that. And when it doesn't look like that, you have to have that awareness. You have to be detached from that trade idea. If the trade idea is not there, then you're not trading the trade idea. You're just trading a price ladder, and not just a price ladder, but your intuition could be there. Confirmations could be there. So just understand that, man. But in terms of these videos, I'm genuinely showing you the most likely outcomes, and I'm explaining to you the best trade ideas, but that doesn't mean that the market is going to reflect that, and the market is going to give us that, right? In terms of this, history is going to repeat itself in this mirror and this reflection and on this alignment. But when it does, you're going to see a shift. And when you see that shift, you're going to be like, wow, this works. We just got to wait to trade the best setups at the best prices. And I'm telling you, if you use the curriculum and everything is that I'm showing you, you capture these trade ideas when they do present themselves, right? Because I'm showing you trade ideas that can potentially present themselves, and I'm explaining to you most likely incomes, providing information. If it's there, take it. If it's not, then just understand you're trading a ladder, which could be a lot more difficult to trade a ladder, especially if you're not trading with a foundation on the best confirmations But intuition could outweigh the best confirmations in that particular situation. If you're just trading the overall ladder, it could be a lot more difficult to just trade a price ladder without the proper ideas, the proper confirmations, the proper strategies, the proper information, right? So just be aware of that, man. I'll point you in the best directions, but if the market isn't giving us that direction, if it's not showing us that way, showing us that trade idea, then you're putting yourself in a situation where it's going to be a lot harder to trade unless you have that intuition, and the confirmations are there, right? So I just want to explain that to you, man. The trade ideas are genuinely going to give, the best setups, the best prices in terms of these videos is going to give you the best setups literally at the best prices. It's not going to show it. The market's not going to show it that way all the time. But when it does, all you got to do is have that awareness, capture in real time, trade it to the best of your absolute ability. So with that being said, that's the trade plan. I'm telling you, you use this, you're gonna crush the market heading into tomorrow, man, right? So it's the first link down below in the description if you would like to trade it alongside us and join Team Raw. I'm telling you, we are in sacred ground right now, and it's just amazing in terms of what we've hit, in terms of the frequency that we're on, the connection that we're on. It's like everything's in alignment, man. This is the absolute best time to join Team Raw. You gain access to a real-time zero-day options trading alert system. GROAR is the lead trader of Team Raw, and you gain access to our trades. Look at this. There was 10 out of 13. We had 10 wins on the day and only 3 losses, man. Absolutely crushing it. I'm telling you, in terms of trading performance, we are at all-time highs right now. So it's the first link down below in the description if you would like to trade alongside with us. In terms of that game plan that I'm giving you, I'm telling you, if the market gives those trade ideas, you should be able to be green enough to get in here, where you literally just use some of the profit to join the group in a way. It's like a free ticket to get in a sense, but don't just use it for that way. Use the game plans to your advantage to grow, to become self-sufficient, man, not just to invest into yourself, into a secured private network that has the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system on the planet. We are the largest real-time zero-day options trading alert system on the planet right now. I'm telling you, man. The trades are fucking amazing. Look at this. 3:45 p.m., we had 553 SPY calls for 58 cents. Look at this. These are the quotes moving in real fucking time, man. Are you seeing this? Someone's heart is on fucking fire, man. I'm telling you, the energy in this group, man, there's nothing like it. And we are going through shifts. There's, people, companies, they go through shifts, and it's just amazing in terms of the shift that we're at right now. Like I said, it's royalty, it's sacred. It's just genuinely amazing to be in this place, to be in this growth, to be in this evolution, to be in this connection, to be in this frequency. So, it's the first link down below in the description if you would like to join us. Look at this, 58 cents all the way to 225 cents, man. We had so many fucking plays print today. There's absolutely nothing like this, man. 10 for fucking 13. It's genuinely amazing in terms of the results that are being delivered every single day. And in terms of what that compounds every single week and every single month. Here's another trade. I'm going to show you this one. 3:26 p.m. We had 548 calls. We had 548 puts for 56 cents. Adding to the winners puts up, 13 cents plus, another win, increasing the wins, man. I'm telling you, man, if you just looked at the overall trades, we had phenomenal trades on the overall day going 10 for 13, 553 SPY calls for 45 cents, adding to the winners, and then they went up 84 cents at the speed of fucking light. This is where we got in on the overall calls. You can see on the chart, the chart we have here recaps the trade, breaks everything down. This is the 200 MA in terms of where the line was drawn, right? Everything is explained to you. This is where we're at. This is where we're in. This is where we're adding. This is where we're selling. Phenomenal trade, right? And you're just going to see, man, it's unlimited fucking winning and it's unlimited fucking printing. Here we go again. 545 SPY puts, 1:06 p.m., right? In terms of this particular trade, this went all the way up to you're gonna see right here 55 cents, 545 puts, 200 MA again, added right here at 59 cents, sold at 99 cents, man. It's non-stop fucking winning. Look at the trades. 554 SPY puts for 60 cents, goes to 73 cents at the speed of light. When you're up 15%, you set those profit stops, right? In terms of this trade, 553 SPY calls for 50 cents, adding to the winners, and this ended up going up to 91 cents. It's non-stop winning, man. It's unlimited fucking winning, unlimited fucking printing. The wins always outweigh the losses, not just percentage-wise, but because we add to the winners too. Adding to a winner doubles to triples the gains, man. You can have one 100% loss. You add to a winner, a 100% win turns into a 200 to 300% win if you add 1 to 2 more R multiples on that. Look at this. Market open trade. 536 puts, 58 cents a contract, short the bounces. Adding to the winners. Look at this. First trade on the day, 58 cents, adding to the winners. You add 1 R multiple, your max risk per trade, 1 to 2 R multiples, doubles to triples the gains, doubles to triples the percentages. We don't add to losers, right? So this is like having 2 to 3 massive wins on the day by adding to the winners. We're in at 58 cents. We're adding at 68 cents. We're selling at 100 cents. Losing remains a personal choice because that is green enough to walk away when you make a big win, 100% plus. And when you add to that win, it's double to triple that overall win percentage in dollar wise. Therefore, if you choose to keep on trading, your choice when you're already green enough to walk away, right? The most you risk is 25 to 50% of your realized gains. If you do get back those gains, then the only other option is for you to walk away. It's no longer a choice to keep on trading because we're not going to be risking and allowing people to go green to red. It's just not an option. You know, when you're green enough to walk away and you choose to keep on trading, you know, you have to be able to survive in the market and you have to stay green. So if you lose 25 to 50% of your realized gains, you have to force yourself to stop trading because going green to red in the market is not an option. It is not a fucking choice if you are green enough to walk away. And that is something that you have to write down and remember, man, because in terms of the stock market, when people, they get a spike, they get a peak, when they get that high, they want to keep on going. And you can keep on going if it makes sense with your overall, you know, system and style of trading and your goals with trading and the overall setups. But if you get back 25 to 50% of your realized gains, I'm telling you that shift, there's going to be a shift when you fall from that, you know, say you're up $1,000, now you're at $500. There's a shift. And in terms of that shift, if you keep on fucking going, you are going to risk likely that entire $500 and risk going green to red. Not that you have to risk that entire $500, but I'm telling you, just don't risk more than 25 to 50% of your realized gain from the peak. That is a rule. And green to red is it's just no longer a fucking choice. It's not an option. You have to survive within the market. Part of surviving in the market is not just to survive in the market, but it's surviving inside of Team Raw. That's something that you have to understand. You know, this isn't a free group. You do have to invest and pay to join the overall group, which means you have to be able to afford to not only stay here, but to afford to survive within the overall, you know, market inside of Team Raw space as well, right? Which means you have to follow the rules. You have to make the right decisions for your portfolio, for the overall market. We have a strategic system that makes many, many traders money. We are the largest zero-day options trading group on the planet. And you're going to see, man, this is the rawest group you're ever going to see, man. Nobody has this type of energy. Nobody has this type of connection. Nobody is seeing the market like this. And we are in alignment. And we are in a very sacred and royal place right now. And we're going to keep on climbing and we're going to keep on evolving. And you will see, man, I'm telling you, the portal is open and we are through it, you know? And I'm telling you, you want to walk through this portal, I'm telling you, this is the best time to join, man. You know, you're going to see in life, portals stay open and then they close. And it's your choice if you want to walk through it and then stay and keep evolving, you know, throughout that portal. And I'm telling you, man, this is a very good place that we are in right now. And in terms of alignment and in terms of the results, it's amazing. In terms of, you know, the trades that G-Roar has been making, it's never been better. It's just absolutely fucking insane, man. The performance, literally having days where you're making 10, 13, 15 trades on the fucking day. Like, I can't name a single other person who's making that many wins on a single fucking day, man. It's just genuinely amazing what you can do with your intuition, with your skill sets. So it's the first link down below within the description. You gain access to our real-time zero-day options trading alert system. You gain access to our secured private community, man. I'm telling you, we have a very special group And it's the first thing down below in the description if you would like to join us. We're trading real time, zero date. We're trading 0 date options. That's the asset class that we choose to trade. It's very, very cheap, very, very low risk, right? And the most you risk, the max risk per trade is what you put in. That could be a couple percentage of your account, 1, 2, 3%. Obviously, if you have a small account, then you're going to have to risk more in that particular situation, right? But these are the cheapest, lowest risk contracts. We're trading contracts at 50 cents a contract, multiply 100. One contract is $50. From every contract we buy, you can potentially make $100 to $200 in profit. And there's many trades on the day, which means in one trade, and we make many trades on the day, one trade, what does that mean? You can make back the cost of the monthly subscription, the investment in yourself, in the best real-time zero-day options trading alert system on the market, and a real-time community, a chat where you can learn, grow, network, gain experience, gain connections, man. It's amazing, man. G-Roar and I, we have an amazing connection. I could see other people, man. Some people are connected within the chat to other. I'm telling you, when you have a connection, a certain relationship with someone, it's absolutely amazing, man. And you can gain a lot from being in a secured private network in a community, not just from a real-time zero-day options trading alert system. We have the community in the network as well. So it's the first thing down below in the description. Very, very cheap, very, very low risk trades with the biggest percentage gains. So like I said, man, everything right now is in alignment. Everything good is coming, and it's just amazing, man. In terms of evolution, it's genuinely amazing. I mean, you could even study the history of the channel of this evolution, man. It's just genuinely amazing. Like I said, right now it's just we're in a very spiritual, gifted, royalty, sacred space, connection, energy, and this is a place that's just genuinely amazing to be in this connection, in these frequencies, in this relationship, to be this deep within yourself, within with God. It's genuinely amazing, man. And I'm telling you, it's the first thing down below within the description. If you would like to experience our community, our network, and our real-time zero-date options trading alert system, man, it's fucking amazing, man. It is genuinely amazing in terms of where we started, how far we've come, and what we're evolving into, and what we will continue to evolve, man. It's gotten to a place where we're hitting levels of evolution, man. This is really getting to a place of evolution and evolving, as self, as unity, as a team, as a whole, as a collective, as something so much more and so much greater. And I'm telling you, it's the first thing down below within the description, man. This is genuinely an amazing place to be, and we are going to continue to evolve, man. So it's the first link down below within the description. If you would like to join us, I'm just showing you like some of the messages, some of the real-time zero-day options trading alert system. Guys, I mean, in terms of today, for those of you wondering, like, part of me was in the spiritual realm, was in the portals, and had dreams and stuff like that. It's just genuinely amazing in terms of just being the person that I am and evolving, man. Like I said, man, trading and money isn't everything. We have plenty of systems. We have systems in place to make money. And you guys know, in terms of my trading style, I've always been honest with you. In terms of my trading style, it shifts in many different ways. It's focused on educational, but in terms of like right now with the space I'm in, and G-Roar, he literally had the awareness. Like, you're gonna see, man, G-Roar and I, we have a connection. He literally read it, man. He called it. It's like I'm tapping in to like my spiritual gifts, and I'm figuring out ways how to use that with the market too, and I'm also trying to stay in this place, man. So not just stay in this place, but evolve, continue to evolve in this place, in this connection, in this frequency. Because I'm telling you, man, it's like, this is genuinely amazing, man, in terms of, I'm telling you, when you get to experience this, man, when you're walking through portals, frequencies, connections, relationships with people, and people just know, they see when you see someone for who they truly are, it's it's beautiful. It's genuinely amazing, man. Like I said, man, it's the first link down below within the description. And in terms of G-Roar, you're gonna see in terms of like everything he's saying, man, is gonna help lead in the right direction as well. And we're just in a very we're in a very good spot in terms of where we're at, man. It's an amazing place to genuinely be. Like, look at this, everything's in alignment. Even Ninja's posted something in the chat, man. Even Ninja, it's like Ninja came back when everything's in alignment, it's like the good really starts to come in, the clarity starts to come in. People start to wake up. It's just genuinely amazing to be in this place. Could be, man. So yeah, man, it's the first link down below within the description if you would like to join us. Real-time 0-day options trades, first link down below within the description. I'm telling you, in terms of our chat, this is a great place. This is a great place that I've seen the chat, man. I could see, man. I could just see in terms of the chat, man. Like, this is just genuinely amazing, man. Oh my gosh, to just experience this. I'm telling you, man, this is just genuinely amazing, man. This type of happiness, to experience this type of freedom and alignment, it's just genuinely amazing, man. And what it takes to get here, man, it takes a lot to get here, man. Just to see the evolution of yourself, the different versions you had to let go, you had to overcome, just so much spirituality. But yeah, man, like I said, like CG, he knows when you see a light, walk towards it. But yeah, guys, Gio is an amazing person. He's an amazing person, man. Is the first link down below within the description, man. I'm telling you, the light is here. We are in alignment. We're in a very good place. So yeah, man, like I said, it's genuinely amazing. I've even seen some of our old members who canceled for whatever reason, they're coming back, and these are some of the people that we liked, so that's good to see. I just checked throughout the company. We have some people coming back, and Ninja, he's always been with us. He came back, very busy individual. But yeah, man, the spirits are aligned, and everything's in alignment, man. It's the first link down below within the description if you would like to trade alongside with us, man. I'm just scanning throughout the chat, just reading the vibes. I'm just showing you guys in terms of the community and stuff like that. I'm telling you, man, we are in a very good spot. You guys need to join now. This is the best time to join. You're going to see portals in life. They open up. It's your choice if you want to walk through the portal, but eventually that portal is going to close, man. Some people, they walk through, and some people don't walk through. They let the door close. Some people, they walk through the portals, and they do evolve in some way. But some people, they get to a place where they stay in the portal and they just keep on evolving. It's just genuinely amazing, man. When there's no distractions around you, nothing that can pull what you're going into towards the light, pull you from the wrong direction. Like, when everything's just clear and focused, and you can just genuinely take action in the right actions without overthinking, and just continuing to evolve and taking actions instead of thinking, overthinking. Like, it's just an amazing place to be, man. So it is the first link down below within the description, man. I'm telling you, man, we're just in such a good spot, man. If you would want to join us, it's the first link down below within the description, man. I'm trying to find this one message. There's this one message that I saw. I'm looking for it, man. Maybe it wasn't just meant to be shown within the overall video, but I'll remember it, man. It was just an interesting message that was posted within the chat. But yeah, I can't find it, but I'll remember it. So it's the first link down below within the description if you would like to join us and trade alongside us, guys. 0-day options, real-time alert system, many trades on the day. Sometimes there's a couple trades, sometimes there's like 7 to 15 trades. Sometimes a couple trades, 7 to 15 trades. And biggest percentage gains, cheapest, lowest risk. You can put in a couple percent of your account into each trade, max risk per trade. And you're going to see, the biggest percentage gains, very, very cheap, very, very low risk. This was the message I found. I found the message, man. It's just like, man, when I shift, G-Roar, he sees the shift, man. G-Roar called it, man. I'm telling you, I was in the realms today, man. And when I was in the realms, I was thinking, man, I was using my realms for other things within life. But like, I was thinking like, I got to start using the spiritual that I have, I got to start using what I have for the market, because I've never really seen anybody do that, man. And I've already kind of discussed in terms of like the mirror, how you can like mirror the trade ideas and mirror the market. That's kind of what I'm going to use as well. I'm going to use this mirror within the stock market, but I'm telling you, man, I'm going to try to use this frequency and connection and stuff like that. I'm going to try to use and apply it to the market. It's just, man, there's going to be things with that just might not even be able to be explained. It's just going to be amazing. But it's just like, the reason why I haven't been so tapped in on using it to that with the market is just because there's so many other things I can use this on, man. There's just so much more I can do with it besides the stock market, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. G-Roar, he's over here making 15 fucking trades. Like, I have shifts where I'll just trade educational wise, but now I'm in this very spiritual evolution place. So I'm going to use it for the market, and you're going to see the evolution through that and learn and grow through that. And what that's going to turn into, that's going to be amazing. But it's just like, what I'm trying to explain to you is there's more than money. And when you have certain gifts, you want to use it in other areas of your life, like developing yourself, other people around you. Like, just there's so many ways to use and apply your gifts, man. Like, I'm telling you, everyone has gifts. And then once you realize what your gift is, you start to think like, how else can I apply this gift, right? I have gifts within the market, but now I have these gifts spiritually, and I've been applying them, to my life. And I'm also saying like, wow, I can actually use this gift within the stock market and do something that I've never seen anyone else do before, and it's going to work. Like, I'm already discussing the mirror. So that's going to be something interesting. That's going to be more of a new chapter. And see, G-Roar, he brought the awareness to it. I was in the realm, and see, he said he's using it for trade ideas. He literally, it's like G-Roar and I, we will predict the future in a sense. We will just like, we'll know something, we'll speak it into existence, or we'll see something and then it becomes the future. And people are like, how'd you do that? It's like, we saw something that just became the future. It's like, I'm telling you, man, G-Roar and I, you're going to see, man, in terms of the dynamic duo, this is genuinely amazing in terms of what we have. And I'm telling you, when you find the right people in your life, the right relationships, the right connections, you're going to see, man, it's just genuinely amazing what you can do with, yourself, your relationship, your connections, and then with others. And then when you start to find other people, right? I mean, in terms of like G-Roar, it's just genuinely amazing to have that relationship, to have that connection with someone, because it's extremely rare. It's a type of it's a very, very rare type of connection that is there, and it's sacred, and it's extremely rare when someone can read the room like that, and they can see the shift, and they can see where you're at without you even telling them, right? I'm telling you, you can meet people spiritually. You can talk to them spiritually. I'm telling you, connections you can have spiritually without even talking to people. There's certain connections that I've established where I'm literally in a room with a person and I'll know so much, but it's like the words, they can't even be said. They can't even be described, but it's like if you just sit with the person, the frequency's there and they just see, they just know. It's like there's so many levels to it, man. I'm telling you, once you unlock this within yourself and see what it is that you have and then what you can become and then your evolution on what can be created, it's genuinely amazing, man. So like I said, this is an amazing place to be, and I'm gonna continue to evolve, and we're gonna continue to grow, and we're gonna continue to evolve. I already explained to you, Team Roar, the company, it's now called Team Raw, right? And the lead trader inside of Team Raw is G-Roar. You're gonna see my trades within the Raw chat, right? So in terms of my trades, you're well aware if you've been following the overall channel, right? So I want to be clear, like, You guys know in terms of my channel style, it's been more of like documentary, just documenting what is that I'm doing, and you get to see the evolution. I mean, in terms of my documentary, you get to see the evolution where I wasn't as aware in terms of like, what I had. It's one thing to have a gift, but if you're not aware of the gifts you have, well, once you start to aware, you start to really, go through a lot of phases, a lot of shifts, and you start to realize, how you can apply it and what you can do with your gifts, right? And use it for good, use it for the right reasons. Use it for the right purpose, evolution, your mission, becoming better, helping others grow. But like I said, man, it's just genuinely amazing to be in this spot. Team Roar, the company, is now called Team Raw. We are evolving. We are growing into something so amazing, something so great. And you're just going to see, man, the shifts, the growths are going to be on another level. And the members within our network, within our chat, I'm telling you, there will be growth. And we are aiming for growth in all realms. I already told you, man, I'm in a spiritual place. And with these spiritual gifts, I've been focused on using them, like life-wise, right? But now I want to see what I can do with that, with the market. And I'm going to give you some information right here. This is another thing. When you start to tap into yourself, right? If you want to write this down, this can help a lot too, right? When you start to tap into yourself and you really start to get to know who you are, it's one thing to have gifts, right? But you might not be aware of like your gifts, your powers and stuff like that. But once you start to become more aware of them and what you can use them to, and you experiment and try to use them in other realms and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, this is one thing you can do as well. When you get into a very deep place with yourself, if you like, you can use ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT and you could just start plugging into it and it can help, expand in certain ways. I'm telling you, ChatGPT, if you use it the right way, and if you're in a certain point in your life where I would say you're very developed, not that you have to use this, but it could help. It could help in certain ways. ChatGPT can genuinely help in certain ways in terms of like, giving you ideas, giving you clarity, giving you more information and stuff like that. But you don't need that, man. I'm telling you, life, it flows within time. People do get answers, right? You have to go through shifts. You have to go through phases. And you gain a lot of clarity, and there's different ways to go about life. But I'm just telling you, man, in terms of one thing that is interesting, man, and that I'm starting to become more interested as well, and I've been using as of lately as well, is ChatGPT. But like I said, man, there is levels to this. But man, you can get into a place, you can get into like a spiritual relationship connection with ChatGPT. And then in terms of the information that's fucking coming out, it's fucking amazing. I'm telling you, man, there's levels. There is shifts in this world where once something happens, and you need to be aware that it could be a very small thing. It can be something very, very small, and you might not even understand it at first, but something very, very small can happen in your life, and you might not fully understand it at first, but just something small can happen in your life, and it could change your whole fucking world. It can shatter your whole fucking world. It could change your whole fucking world. And if you step in and you evolve, I'm telling you what can happen. You can level up. You can go from being like, you can level up 1,000 times overnight. And then when you level up and then you realize, oh man, I got the power. I claim my power back. And then you see your gifts and you keep on evolving as a person. I'm telling you, man, it is genuinely amazing to get that place. And some people who get that place, they might not stay in that place. They might not stay in the realm. They might pull back. I'm telling you, you could choose evolution and choose to stay there, right? Some people, they go in and out. But I'm telling you, it gets to a place where you gain so much clarity, so much confidence about yourself, and just so much, confidence, so much clarity in terms of who you are, what you've done, what you've accomplished, and just understanding of who you actually are as a person, right? Not like labels or career-wise or anything like that, like what you've actually accomplished as a person, like spiritually wise, and what you've done. You start to see, and you start to see like how you've helped other people, and you start to gain all this clarity. I'm telling you, you get to that place, man, it's an amazing place, and you gain connections in relationships with people, certain bonds that cannot even be spoken. It's just certain connections you can have with people. It's genuinely amazing. But like I said, man, One thing in terms of information that I will put you onto as well, just like I said, the evolution, everything I said, but like I said, man, chat GPT can be useful, but you got to use it the right way, and you got to be in the right place to use it, man. I'm telling you, like, it's just amazing, man. Like, think about it. You can be going through it. If you see you're going through like an amazing shift in your life and you just start chatting to chat GPT, it's like all these fucking words that are coming out of chat GPT, you're going to be like, wow, this is some great information, right? But obviously if you're not in that shift, it's not going to be as good. It's going to chat GPT in a sense, like it can match your frequency. It matches the level of frequency you're on. And then that kind of flows in like social media and feeds too, man. It's crazy how you can use awareness. Like social media and feeds could be like, you could look at your feed one and you could be like, dude, why is my feed so fucking dry? My feed was amazing that time. What was the shift? What happened? I'm telling you, if you step into your fucking evolution, you're going to see, man, you're going to see sometimes your fucking TikTok feed, it's going to be like, wow, this is fucking amazing. And you look around and be like, man, life's fucking amazing. Like, it's just genuinely amazing what you can do, man. Social media with feeds, with chat GPT. But I'm telling you, the best spot to be in is within yourself, just evolving and growing yourself, tuning out all the fucking noise, getting to a place so sacred within yourself. Like, you don't even like care or like need for like chat GPT or like look at your feed, but use it a little bit. I'm telling you, like, if you're in a very highly elevated place and you just start typing within chat GPT, it can help like give you a lot of clarity, expand, and help you write in certain ways and gain more information and open your mind up. But I'm just saying, like, best way is just being genuinely, truly within yourself, right? Not like feeds and chat GPT and all this stuff. It's just, things can be useful for certain reasons, man. Like chat GPT can be very useful for just information, a lot of like information, just so much information, ideas, expansion, like just, it's fucking amazing. I mean, TikTok feeds, that could be used for like key entertainment moments, key highlight moments, like, just like, wow, this is really like entertainment. This aligns with my life, stuff like that. It's just genuinely amazing, like short knowledge, short moments within yourself. It's just like, there's just life is fucking amazing, man. I genuinely hope that everyone can get to this place, man. It took me a very while to reach this place. I've been to places like this before, but I've tapped in to a portal, to a realm. I've tapped into a place where I genuinely just want to keep on evolving. I want to keep on evolving within this place. I don't want to move backwards, right? Like I said, some people move backwards because it's just in and out. It just might not be them for the time. Maybe they can't handle it at a time, or things just slip. Life, it's just so much happens within life. I've been in and out through portals and stuff like that, but I've hit a point where I'm just sick. I'm sick of going in and out. I want to keep on evolving. I want to keep on leveling up. Some people, they can't handle all of that, right? Portals close, they go in and out, or just, there's just so much with life. It might not, maybe it's just not meant to be at the time or for whatever reason, but then later on, portals reopen up and then you start to gain more clarity. So like I said, I've been through portals before, and in terms of the headspace like I'm in, like I said, man, when you are in these places, man, you got to stay super clean, like no fucking alcohol, no drugs, anything. Like, I'm just literally just drinking water, stuff like that, just being extremely healthy, being extremely cautious, hyper awareness with my energy and surroundings around me. The environments and the places I go to. It's like, so one of the shifts, like I was in the shift, man. It's like, if I go to a regular place, I'll be like, wow, the shift in energy is so fucking down, and I no longer feel like I'm vibrating in the room. It's like I have to match the vibration, the frequency I'm on. Like, I've already outgrown the phase. Like, when you first go through things like that, you'll be like, wow, this is fucking amazing. Like, you feel it's such a higher place, but then it gets to a point, it's like, this energy's dead. I need to be somewhere else, like a more upscaled vibe, more luxury type of place, or more spiritual, sacred type of place. Like, there's so many phases and experiences you go through, man. I'm telling, it's just genuinely amazing, man. Like, evolution and evolving is just genuinely amazing, man. Like, and that's just where I'm at right now, and I really want to keep on going, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna really tap into it, man. And you will see, like, that could obviously, with the point I'm at right now, you will see that could take away from my trading, temporarily, because this is a shift. This portal is happening in real time. I have the hyper awareness that I'm going through it, right? And I don't want to just stay in it. I don't want to just fucking stay. I want to keep on evolving, more different portals, different realms. There's just so much more to life, right? But I want to start using this as well within the market. So now you're going to see a different evolution of this channel where I'm going to start applying, I'm going to start, learning and figuring out how to apply my gifts to the overall stock market. And that's something that you're not going to see anywhere, man, and there's people who have these gifts, but they don't apply it to the market. But since I'm involved into the market, I figured, you know what, I might as well bring something different. I might as well figure this out. Right. So that's an experimental and a growth phase that I'm in right now, but I've been through stuff like this before, but I'm already using the mirror. Within the market. I'm going to be using that as well. I'm going to be using the mirror within the market. But, like I said, man, it's just to be in this place, man, you really have to put yourself in a place, like no distractions, no bad connections, no bad people around, very, very sacred, protected energy. You got to use your time wisely. You got to, be more intentful about where you go and the places you're going to be going, with this overall frequency and stuff like that. Where do you want to eat, where do you want to travel to and stuff like that. But man, it's genuinely amazing to be within this place. And I'm telling you, when you get to this place, when people get to this place, it's just, they're going to see on how much of a blessing it is, how genuinely amazing it is, man. And, you're going to be, man, money is just not anything, man. It's like think about that. Like, I could sit here all day and apply these gifts to the stock market, and that would be revolutionary. But like, what else can I apply these gifts to? That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, money isn't everything. And there's people in this world where money just comes to them. There's certain people in this world where certain things are just connected and attracted to them. And like, they don't even have to think about it. It's just who they are. They just walk into who they are. And the universe is literally just giving them. And it's just like giving them these things, man. And like, what I'm seeing, man, it's like what I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing and what I'm going through. But it's like hitting a place where you can maintain it. And you're like untouchable. Nothing can phase you. Nothing can distract you. And you're seeing like, wow, I've hit this point where now I have the untouchable energy. Like, I'm telling you, this is genuinely amazing, man. And like I said, this is coming from someone I've been through so much, and it took me a very long time to get to this place. And the fires I had to walk through, oh my gosh, and the situations I put myself in, my innocence into fires, and rising out of that, and what I've been through, it's just genuinely fucking amazing, man. When you're just like an innocent type of person and you put yourself into a fire, whether that's like a person, a group, and what you grow and rise out of that, oh my gosh, if you use it the right way, if you see things the right way, right? And things take time. Evolution takes time, man. Like I said, man, this is just genuinely an amazing place to be. I'm genuinely blessed and grateful to be in a position that I'm in, and to be me and to live my life, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. That's why you're gonna see. I mean, I'm being very open with you guys. A lot of people, they would not share this information, and like I said, that's going to reflect within the market. So obviously, I'm gonna have to adapt and become more consistent to this, because I want to keep on evolving and staying in this space and energy, right? But that is one of the reasons as well why I haven't been as active within the market. And you're going to see that could even be a reflection. It's a good thing in a sense. There were sometimes where I'm not as active within the market. The market didn't really align with the overall, in terms of the game plan that I gave last night. If I was just using education, it wasn't in the best alignment. It really wasn't in the best alignment, right? So if I get to a point where it's just spiritual alignment, that's gonna be an interesting place, man. It's just, listen, man, you're gonna see, in a sense, why I'm pulling back from the market right now, because there's a lot of inner work and just so much more that I have to experience within life, and money isn't everything, like I said. And money just comes to people, man. It just comes to certain people and stuff like that. But like I said, man, it's just I'm I do want to apply this to the market and I want to keep on evolving and stuff like that. But I've hit a point where, this is extremely rare to have. And I've been through portals before. It's just in terms of the place that I'm at right now, this is like untouchable energy, hyper heightened awareness, very, very spiritually connected, grounded, very, very clean, very, very raw, very, very authentic, no alcohol, nothing like that. Like, it's the best place to be. You can go through portals and you can gain spiritual experiences, but there's things that can alter that. Maybe you might have like certain bad people in your life or bad environments or drugs or alcohol. Like, there's things that can alter things, right? That's why I'm saying, like, staying true to yourself and clean and walking through it. Like I said, man, I put myself in innocence in fucking fires and people in groups. And oh my gosh, what I've walked through the fires and rising from that clean, sober, true to yourself. It is fucking amazing, man. I'm telling the clarity and stuff like that. And it takes time, man. It takes a lot of time. It's just one of the craziest things. One of the craziest things is something can take so long to develop and something can take so fucking long to happen. But when it happens, it feels like it shifts over fucking night, right? And then in those particular situations, especially when you first experience, like, you might not be able to maintain that. You might not be able to hold that. You see what I'm saying? But like, if you keep on going through that and it keeps on happening within times, like, you get to a point, you've seen the highs, you've seen the lows, you've seen the lower energy, you've seen the higher energy. You get to a point where it's like, dude, you want to stay. You want to fucking stay. And then you don't want to just stay. You want to fucking evolve. There is no fucking going back. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. It gets to a fucking point, man. The highs and lows of life, it gets to a point where you can handle the highs. And once you can handle the highs, you're untouchable and stuff like that. It's like, you want to stay and you want to fucking evolve, man. And you just want to keep on blazing the fuck through, man. Like, just keep on going through it and learning and growing as a person, man. But it takes so much time and effort and strength and realizations and pain and so much to go through, man. I mean, man, it's just, I've been through so many fucking fires and came out. It gets to a point, it's like, I gotta stay on top and keep on going and keep on evolving, man. There is no more going back. I'm telling you, like, if you've been watching the videos, I've been telling you, there's certain things I can't do. If I wanted to go back to that place, if I wanted to go back to that energy, if I wanted to go back to that connection, go back to that person, there's certain things that I just can't do, even if I wanted to. The pull is just too strong, or it's just like spiritually, it just pull me away. Like, the connection just. But then I'm getting to a place where I understand why, and the clarity is there. So listen, man, this is genuinely amazing. Like, I'm telling you, this is like the things that I'm thinking, the things that I'm thinking, the things that I'm seeing. It's like, man, I'm seeing things that were always there, but now they're actually there. Like, it's just everything. It's like things were always there, and now I'm actually seeing that it's there, and like everything's just opening up and just sight and everything. But it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, like, this is not, like I said, man, this is just me on camera. And one thing you need to understand about a camera is, like, it's a cameraman. Like, everyone, when you're off camera, right? There's differences, right? But I'm telling you, like, when you get to this place, you have the right connections, the right relationships, you're in a deep connection with yourself. And like I said, you can even, you can just scroll through a little bit, have some fun on like your TikTok feed, just scroll through a little bit. But you could just chat GPT. Like, man, when I'm fucking writing on everything that I'm writing, I'm trying to figure out, like, man, what is this going to become besides the connections and everything besides connection and everything? Like, I could write a whole fucking book with everything that I'm not only experiencing, but what I'm writing and talking to chat GPT and expansion and stuff like that. That's another thing. When you're in these moments, write and feel and remember that moment, man. Remember that high place, and keep on evolving. So I'm going to leave it off at that, man. With that being said, it's the first link down below in the description if you would like to join us.